Alright people, so yesterday we have seen certain combinations of arrangements in permutations. We have not yet gone through the entire formula, so we will now go to the entire formula of permutations. Okay, so what we have here is permutations, and we will now solve it formula wise. Okay, so let's say we have here we have three alphabets here, A, B and C, and we need to arrange them taking them two at a time. We need to arrange them taking them two at a time. So how many arrangements are basically possible? So first arrangement is AB, the second arrangement will be AC, let's say BC, then we have AB, then AB can be arranged as BA, then we have AC, this can be arranged as CA, then we have AB, BA, AC, CA, then we have, let's say, BC, and this can be arranged as CB. So total 6 arrangements are possible. This is called permutation. Okay, so long as we have just 3 or 2 to take care of, it's easier to do it this way. But when we have a lot of arrangements or a lot of numbers to be arranged, then we have to follow a certain way in which we have to do it. Okay, and that is called permutation. So let's say if R and N are two distinct positive numbers, and let's say R is greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to N, then the number of permutations, or basically the number of ways in which n distinct things can be arranged taking them R at a time is represented by NPR. Sometimes we also represent this as PRN. Okay, but the basic representation is NPR. Okay, now what is this NPR? So let's say we have n different things. These are n different things, and they are taken R at a time. So what do we have here? Let's say 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth till R. Okay, so n different things are taken R at a time. So from starting from 1, 2, 3, we have till R. Okay, so now this place, the first place can be filled in n ways. The second place can be filled in n minus 1 because we have already selected 1. The third place can be filled in n minus 2. The fourth place can be filled in n minus 3, and so on and so forth. So the rth place can be filled in n minus r minus 1. See, it's very simple. For the first place we have n. Let's look at this n minus 1. This can be written as n minus 2 minus 1. Okay, this can be written as n minus 2 can be written as n minus 3 minus 1. Similarly, n minus 3 can be written as n minus 4 minus 1. So similarly, for the rth position, it can be written as n minus r minus 1. So the total number of combinations possible, or the total number of arrangements that will be possible, since these are all independent events. So we will have n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3, and so on and so forth till n minus r minus 1. Okay, and this is written as NPR. So in this case we can also write NPR as, so this will be the basic formula of n number of things arranged R at a time. Now NPR can also be written as factorial n upon factorial n minus r. How? So let's look at this. Okay, let's look at this. This will be n minus 1, n minus 2 till n minus r minus 1. Okay, now this can be expanded. See, so we are basically decreasing. So let's say I multiply this by let's say n minus r, then n minus r plus 1, obviously it will be n minus r plus 1, okay, then it will be into n minus r plus 2 and so on and so forth till let's say 3, 2, 1, okay. So since this is upon 1, so I will have to multiply the denominator part with the same, that is n minus r into n minus r plus 1, okay. Then we have n minus r plus 2 and so on and so forth into 3 into 2 into 1, okay. So in this case, see, this part and this part are similar, so we can put it across as, so from here till this, see, 1, 2, 3 and n minus r, then after n minus r we will obviously have n minus r minus 1 till n minus 2, n minus 1 till n. So this will be factorial n, okay, upon this will be from 1 till n minus r upon n minus r factorial. So this is how we can write. So there are two ways of writing it. NPR can be written as n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 till n minus r minus 1, and NPR can also be written as factorial n upon n minus r factorial. So this is the formula that we'll be using very widely. Using this, we can also, let's say, put it across in this way, the different, how many ways, n things, the ways of arranging n things taken all n at a time, the number of ways of arranging n things taking n all at a time. So this will be npn, and that will be how much? Factorial n upon n minus n factorial, okay. So n minus n factorial will be basically n factorial upon 0, and 0 factorial we know is 1. We will also prove that 0 factorial is 1. So npn will be n factorial. So the number of ways of arranging n things, the number of ways of arranging n things taken n at a time is equal to factorial n. So let's say now we use this property of 0, okay. We can prove this property of 0. So npn we know is factorial n, okay. So factorial n, npn factorial n can be written as factorial n upon 0, right? See, npn we have already proved is factorial n. So factorial n can be written as this. So 0 factorial can be written as factorial n upon factorial n, that is basically 1, okay. So 0 factorial is always taken as 1. So these were these are some derivations of mathematics, not that important, but then we have to understand the number of ways of arranging n different things taken r at a time is npr. In a short form, it can be represented as factorial n upon factorial n minus r. So we'll do some problems and get the entire thing clarified. Okay, so we are going to deal with some simple problems on permutations. So we have here, if 2p53 is equal to pn4, find the value of n. So we have here pn4 is equal to 2p53, okay. So in this case we have np4 is equal to twice of 5p3, right, 5p3. So np4 will be factorial n upon factorial n upon factorial n minus 4, factorial n upon factorial n minus 4, 2 into factorial 5 upon factorial 5 minus 3, okay. So this will be factorial n upon n minus 4 factorial is equal to 2 into factorial 5 upon 5 minus 3, that is 2 factorial. So 2 factorial will be 2 basically, okay. So this is n factorial is equal to 5 factorial into n minus 4 factorial, right. Now this 5 factorial will be how much? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, right. 5 factorial will be 5, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So that will be 20, 23 are 60, 62 are 120. So this will be 120 into n minus 4 factorial. This can be written as n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, and finally we have n minus 4 factorial. N minus 4 factorial. So n minus 4 factorial and n minus 4 factorial gets cancelled. So we have here n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 is equal to 120. Factorize this 120 instead of taking out the entire thing n into n minus 1, which will be go to the 4th power of n. Let's factorize 120. So we have here 260, 230, 215, 3, 5, 5, 1, 4, 5 and 6. So 4, no, we need to have 4 numbers here. Okay, so let's say we can put this combination up. So we have 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. Okay, so we can write this n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 is equal to 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So by comparison we can say that the value of n is equal to, no, sorry. By comparison we can say the value of here n minus 3 is equal to 5. N minus 3, no. The highest will be n. Yes, n is equal to 5. Yes, the highest value is 5. So n is equal to 5. Okay, so 5 minus 1 will be 4, 5 minus 2 will be 3, and 5 minus 3 will be 2. So the value of n here will be 5. Okay, we hardly have place for the other sum here. Let me rub this off so that we can, okay, some space management can be done here. So let's do some space management here. Okay, if Pn4 is equal to 20 into Pn2, so Pn4 means Np4 is equal to 20 into Np2. So what will this be? Factorial n upon factorial n minus 4 is equal to 20 into factorial n upon n minus 2 factorial. So these two factorials will get cancelled. So here we have n minus 2 factorial is equal to 20 into n minus 4 factorial. So n minus 2, we will keep it the way it is, 20 into, this will be n minus 4 into n minus 3 into n minus 2 factorial. We don't need to go ahead of this. So n minus 2 factorial and n minus 2 factorial get cancelled. So what we have here is 20 into n minus 4 into n minus 3. Are we going in the right track? No. We are not on the right track. We are goofed up here. Okay. So n minus 4. So here it will be n minus 2, n minus 3, and then it will be n minus 4 factorial. This will be equal to 20 into n minus 4 factorial. I am so sorry. Okay. So this n minus 4 factorial and n minus 4 factorial get cancelled. This is n minus 2 into n minus 3. Now 20 can be written as 4 into 5. Okay. So or we can write this as 5 into 4. So n minus 2 will be 5. So here n minus, by comparison we can say that n minus 2 is equal to 5. So n is equal to 7. Okay, let's see if we can try and manage some space out here for this problem. Tpn is equal to 10 PR is equal to 5040. That means factorial 10 upon 10 minus R factorial is equal to 5040. Okay, factorial 10. So this will be factorial 10. If we happen to, let's say, what will be the value of 5 factorial? 5 factorial will be 120 into 6. So that will be 12, 320 320 into 7, so that will be 2240 into 8, so that will be, can we go somewhere, 10 minus r, factorial 10 will be equal to 10 minus r factorial into 5040. Okay, so let's divide this 5040. Let's divide this 5040. So 225 and 220, so 212 6 0 2 6 3 0 2 3 1 5 and 3 10 5 3 5 7 1. Okay, so we have here 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 2 3s are 6, 3 5s are 15. So here, how can we do this? How can we do this? So we have here 7, we have here distinctly as 5, we have here 6, no 7, we have here 6. Okay, then we have it, how many numbers do we have here? Okay, let's first rub the board here. We will do this here. Alright people, so we have just cleaned the board. There was hardly any space left. So let's take this way. Okay, so we have here 10 PR is equal to 5040. Find the value of r. So here we have factorial 10 by 10 minus r is equal to 5040. So this 5040 can actually be written as 10 into 504. Now let's say 504. So we have 225, 2 2s are 4, 2 12s are 24, 2 6 are 12, 2 6 are 12, 2 3s are 6, 3 21, 3 7 7 1. Okay, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 9 and 7. 7 8 9, 7 into 8 into 9 is equal to 504. So we can say this is 10 9 8 and 7, right? 10 9 8 and 7. So factorial 10 upon 10 minus r factorial is this. Let's say if I have to make this as factorial 10, what do I multiply this with? So this will be 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into, let's say, factorial 6, and that will completely make it factorial 10. Now since I have multiplied this by 6, obviously this upon 1, so this also gets multiplied by 6. So we have factorial 10 upon 10 minus r factorial as equal. So this will be let's say first convert this into 10 factorial, 10 factorial, 10 factorial upon 10 minus r factorial upon 6 factorial. So this gets cancelled. So we have here 10 minus r factorial is equal to 6 factorial. So obviously 10 minus r will be equal to 6. 10 minus r will be equal to 6. So this has the value of r. 10 minus 6, that is 4. So the value of r will be 4. So these were the 3 problems that we were dealing with. We will deal with more problems out here to have a clarity on the concept. Okay, so we have 3 sums out here. One is basically Pn minus 1 3, Pn 4 is 1 is to n, find n. So let's start with this one. So here we have n minus 1 P3 is to n P4 is equal to 1 is to n. So very quickly this will be n minus 1 factorial upon n minus 1 minus 3 factorial upon n factorial upon n minus 4 factorial is equal to 1 by n. So this will be n minus 1 factorial n minus 4 factorial upon n factorial n minus 4 factorial is equal to 1 by n. So these two get cancelled. So we have here n minus 1 factorial upon n factorial is equal to 1 by n. So this will be basically n into, this is n minus 1 factorial. So n factorial will be basically n into n minus 1 factorial is equal to 1 by n. All of this is getting cancelled. n minus 1 upon n minus 1 minus 3 n factorial upon n minus 4 factorial. So this will be n minus 1 factorial. Are we on the right page? Let me just check. Oh, I am so sorry. This is not n, this is 9. I am so sorry. This is basically 9. Okay, so let's take this as, so now we have all of this as 9. This is 9. I am so sorry, people. Okay, this is 9. This is 9. Okay, so now we have to find n. So we have here, okay, so we have here 1 by n. This will be basically 1 by n is equal to 1 by 9. So therefore n is equal to 9. N is equal to 9. So that's the value of n. Okay, so we have this one as np5 plus 5 np4 is equal to 10pr. Find the value of r. So 9p5 will be 9p5. That means factorial 9 by 9 minus 5 factorial, okay, is plus here we have 5 into 9 factorial upon 9 minus 4 factorial is equal to 10 factorial upon 10 minus r factorial. So this will be 9 factorial upon 9 minus 5, that is 4 factorial, plus 5 9 factorial upon 9 minus 4, that is 5 factorial. Okay, so this will be 5 factorial is equal to factorial 10 upon 10 minus r factorial. Okay, so in this case it will be 9 factorial upon 4 factorial plus 5 into 9 factorial. If I expand this, so this will be 5 into 4 factorial. So in that case these two 5's will be cancelled. We have 10 factorial upon 10 minus r factorial. So in this case 9 plus 9, so this will be 2 into 9 factorial upon 4 factorial is equal to, so we can expand this as 10 into 9 factorial upon 10 minus r factorial. So in this case the 9 factorial part gets cancelled. Here we have 4 factorial. Okay, so this will be 10 minus r. So we have 10 upon 10 minus r factorial is equal to 2 upon 4 factorial. So this will be 5. Okay, 5. Okay, so this will be 2 1 2, 2 5 are 10. So in this case we will have 5 into 4 factorial is equal to 10 minus r factorial. So that will be 5 into 4 factorial will be 5 factorial is equal to 10 minus r factorial. So this will be 5 is equal to 10 minus r, which gives the value of r as 5. The value of r here will become 5. Okay, so now we have 56 r plus 6, 54 r plus 3 is equal to 3080 is to 1. So let's look at this. 56 upon 56 minus r plus 6, 56 factorial upon this upon 54 factorial upon 54 minus r plus 3 factorial is equal to 30800 upon 1. 30800 upon 1. So this will be 56, which means 56 into 55 into 54 factorial upon this will be 56 minus 6. So that will be 50 minus r factorial, and this will be 54. So this is 54, that will be 54 factorial upon 54 minus 3, that will be 51 minus r factorial. This is equal to 30800 upon 1. So if I happen to cancel this entire part gets cancelled. 30800. So let's say if I take only 308, so this will be 2 15s are 30, 2 4s are 8, 3 2 7s are 14, 2 7s are 14, 7 11s are 77, and then we have 11 ones are, okay, 14 2s are 28, 28 into 11, okay, so this will be 7 4s are 28 into 11, so that will be 28 into 11 into 100, 28 into 11 into 100 upon 1, okay. So we have here 56 into 55. Now let's sort this out here. 50 minus r, and this is 51 minus r. Okay, so 50 minus r will be equal to 50 minus r. 50 minus r. 51 minus r will be basically equal to. So here we have, let's say, 51 minus r factorial. So this will be equal to 51 minus r into 51 minus r minus 1. Are we going the right direction? 51 minus r basically means 1 into 2 into 3 into 51 minus r. 51 minus r. So confused here. Let's rub this off. Okay, so here we have 56 into 55 upon 50 minus r factorial into 51 minus r factorial. This goes up basically, okay. So here we have 11 5s are 55, 28 2s are 56, okay. So 10 into 51 minus r factorial is equal to, again 2 5s are 10, so this gets cancelled by 10. So this will be 10 into 50 minus r factorial. Okay, so I would need some space here. Let me just rub this off. Okay, so we were here last time, 51 minus r. So this 51 minus r will now become, okay, so 51 minus r factorial is equal to 10 into 50 minus r factorial. This can be done as 51 minus r into 51 minus r minus 1 factorial is equal to 10 into 50 minus r factorial. So this one will be 51 minus r, 51 minus 1, that is 50 minus r factorial is equal to 10 into 50 minus r factorial. So this 2 gets cancelled. 51 minus r is equal to 10, or we can say r is equal to 51 minus 10, that is 41 is equal to r. So the value of r here will be 41, okay. Okay, so we have these simple problems to have a clear understanding of how permutation basically works. In how many ways 3 different rings can be worn in 4 fingers with at the most 1 ring in each fingers. So we can say that there are 4 fingers in which we need to arrange 3 rings at a time, right? 4 fingers, 3 rings at a time. So how many? So these are basically n distinct events taken r at a time, n distinct events taken r at a time. So this will be npr, which means 4p3. So this will be 4 factorial upon 4 minus 3 factorial, that is basically 4 factorial upon 1 factorial, that is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that will be 24 different ways. This will be basically 24 different ways. Okay, so this is done. 7 athletes are participating in a race. In how many ways can the first 3 prizes be won? So 7 athletes, these are basically 7 athletes, and they are participating in a race. In how many ways can the first 3 prizes be won? First 3 prizes. So there is basically 7 athletes and they have to win 3 prizes. So again, this is basically 7, 3 at a time. So this will be 7p3. So this will be 7 factorial upon 7 minus 3 factorial. So this will be 7 factorial upon 4 factorial. This will be 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 factorial. 4 factorial upon 4 factorial. So this will be 7 6 are 6 5 are 30, 37 are 210 ways. Okay, all right. We have to understand how, see, 7 athletes are participating in a race. How many ways can the first 3 prizes be won? So basically this first 7 athletes have to be taken, 7 different athletes, and 3 at a time for the 3 prizes. So 7 different arrangements with taken are at a time. That is 3 prizes have to be given, first 3 prizes. Okay, how many different signals can be made by 5 flags of 8 flags of different colors? So this is basically 8 different flags, basically n different flags and 5 flags. How many different signals? So we have to make 5 flags. Out of these 8, we have to take 5 at a time to make a flag. How many different signals? So out of the 8 flags which are different, we have to take 5 flags at a time, 5 flags at a time to make a signal, So in how many ways would this be possible? N events taken are at a time. So this will be 8p5. That will be factorial 8 upon 8 minus 5 factorial. That will be factorial 8 upon 3 factorial. That will be 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into factorial 3 upon factorial 3. So this will be whatever the result comes out to be. 5 4s are 20, 26 are 120, 120 into 56, whatever this comes out to be. Okay. Alright, in how many ways can 6 persons stand in a queue? There are 6 people and they have to all stand in a queue at one time. Okay, so 6 different people, 6 people have to stand in a queue. So the number of ways possible will be 6p6, that is factorial 6. That will be 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So that will be 30, 4s are 120, 126, 720. Okay. So these are certain basic problems of permutations, the basic concepts of how we apply into number of incidents and number of arrangements that are possible. Okay, so we will first do a problem which is a little simpler one, and then we will move on to this problem which is from IIT. Okay, now it is required to seat 8 men and 4 women. 8 men and 4 women have to be seated in a row so that the women occupy the even places. So how many places do we have? 8 plus 4, that is 12. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. We don't need to draw this. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Even places. These are basically the even places. Okay. So it is required to seat 8 men and 4 women in a row so that the women occupy the even places. So women will occupy these 1 2 3 4 5 6. So there are 6 even places. 6 even places to be occupied by 4 women. So basically you have to arrange the 4 women in 6 even places. So this can be done in 6p4 ways. Now what will remain is, obviously we have arranged, so what will remain here is 8. See, after arranging the 4 women, after arranging 4 women, the number of places left will be 8, in which we have to adjust 8 men. So 8 places to be adjusted by 8 men, and this can be done in 8p8 ways. So the total number of combinations that will be possible will be 8p8 into 6p4. 8p8 into 6p4. Now 8p8 basically will be what? 8 factorial upon 8 minus 8 factorial into factorial 6 upon factorial 6 minus 4, that is 2 factorial. So this is going to be a huge number now. This is 0 factorial, so this will basically mean 8 factorial into 6 factorial upon 2 factorial. So that is something that will be a huge number. Okay, we can do this. Let's say 8 into 7, that is 56, into factorial 6 into factorial 6 upon 2. So this will be 2 4s are 8, 7 4s are 28 into 6 factorial square. So we have to calculate the value of 6 factorial. 6 into 5, 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That will be 5 4s are 20, 23s are 60, 62s are 120, 120 into 6, 120 into 6, that will be 720. So we have to do a square of 720. So 28 into 720 square, and so on and so forth. We have to understand the basic concept out here. So the same, almost the same pattern or sum out here. 8 chairs are numbered from 1 to 8. 2 women and 3 men wish to occupy 1 chair each. This is basically an old IIT problem. First, the women choose the chairs amongst the chairs marked 1 to 4. Amongst the chairs marked 1 to 4. And then the men select the chairs amongst the remaining chairs. So the number of possible arrangements. So now chairs 1 to 4. So there are 4 chairs, and out of this 2 women are there. So 4 chairs are to be selected, and out of which, so this can be done in 4 P2 ways. 4 chairs, 2 women. Okay, so now we are left with 8, 4. So 4 chairs are left. So once it is occupied by 2 women, so total 8 chairs are there, out of which 2 women have taken, we will be left with 6. Okay, we will be left with 6. 8 chairs are numbered from 1 to 8. 2 men and 3 men, 2 women and 3 men wish to occupy 1 chair. First, the women choose the chairs amongst the chairs marked, and then the men selected. Okay, so basically 2 chairs have already been selected. So how many chairs are remaining now? The 8 chairs, out of which 2 have already been selected. So we are left with 6. Now in this 6, 1 second, I might have noted down something wrong here. Let me just check. Okay, so here we have remaining chairs as 6. So 6, out of which we have to ensure that 3 men are taking it. So this can be done in 6P3 ways. I just checked the option here. This was 6P3. Yes, 6P3 into 4P2. Yes, 6P3 into 4P2. That was the option basically, and this would be the correct option. Okay, so that's how we will do certain simple problems out here. Okay. Okay, so we'll first do a general problem, and then we will move on to an old IIT problem. How many 4-digit numbers are there with distinct digits? Okay, 4-digit numbers. So let's say we have here 4 digits, and all of these are distinct digits. Now we have digits from 0 to basically 9. So how many digits can we select here? 10, taken 4 at a time. 10 digits taken 4 at a time will give you 10P4, right? 10 digits, 10 different digits taken 4 at a time will be basically 10P4. Okay, now the problem in this 10P4 is that we are also including numbers with 0 at this position, which is not possible. 0 can occupy this position and this position, but not this one, because in that case it will not be a 4-digit number, it will become a 3-digit number. So we have to subtract all those cases in which the digit 0 is here. So if let's say we fix this position for 0, so how many combinations are possible now, or how many arrangements are possible? So now we will have 9 different digits to be arranged in 3 places. So that can be done in 9P3 ways. Okay, so this is all inclusive of the fact that 0 is here. This is excluding, so this is basically with only 0 here. So we cannot form a number. This has to be excluded from this. This is the total combination possible. However, we will have to exclude all those cases in which 0 is occupying the thousands place. 0 is basically occupying the thousands place. So the number of, therefore the number of possible combinations here, will be 10P4 minus 9P3, whatever the value comes out to be. So where we have to calculate factorial 10 upon factorial 6 minus factorial 9 upon factorial 6. So this will be basically 10 into 9 into 8 into 7, factorial 6 gets cancelled, minus 9 into 8 into 7, and factorial 6 gets cancelled. So we can say 9 into 8 into 7, we have 10 minus 1. So this 9 8s are 76, 76 into 7, 6 7s are 42, 7 7s are 49, 532. So this will be 532 into 9, 2s are 18, 3 9s are 27, 28, 9 5s are 45, approximately this amount. I am not sure whether I have done it all the right ways. This will be 9 10 p4, so that will be factorial 10 upon factorial 6. Okay, 10 minus 4, so that will be 10 9 8 7. This will be factorial 9 upon factorial 6, so that 9 8 7, factorial 6 gets cancelled. We have 9 into 8 into 7. Oh, this is, yes, 10, this is 10 and this is 1, so 10 minus 1, that is 9, and 9 into 8 into 7, so 8. Oh, we have 56 here. I am so sorry. 8 7s are 56 and 56 into 9. 56 into 9. I am so sorry. 9 6 are 54. 9 5s are 45. 45 plus 5, 50. Okay, 504. So this will be 504 into 9. 504 into 9. So 9 into 8 into 7 is 504. 504 into 9, that will be 4 9s are 36, 0 9s are 0, 3, 9 5s are 45. Okay, approximately this amount. Okay. Alright, so let's move on to the next problem here. 10 different letters of an alphabet are given. This is basically an IIT problem. Words with 5 letters are found from these given letters. This problem has also been mentioned in the book of R.D. Sharma. Determine the number of words which have at least one letter repeated. One letter repeated. See, 10 different letters of an alphabet are given, words with 5 letters. Actually, this alphabet and letters are getting confused, but whatever format. We have 5 letters, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 letters out of 10 here can be chosen in 10 ways. Now let's say we are encouraging repetition. We are not. So here with repetition cases, with repetition it will be 10 to the power of 5, that will be 10 here. Again we can place 10 here, again we can place 10 here, again we can place 10 here, and we can place 10 here. So these are basically the number of arrangements which have at least one letter repeated. So here all letters repeated arrangement, all letters repeated, this will be 10 to the power of 5. The total number of arrangements with all letters repeated would be 10 to the power of 5. Now at least one letter repeated, at least one letter repeated. So in that case we will have to check. So with no repetition, see here 10 9 8 7 6, that's how it is going to be, right? Or we can say 10 p 5, that's how it's going to be, right? With no repetition, 10 9 8 7 6. So that's how we will write this. So this will be factorial 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 10 9 8 7 6, 10 into 6 into 5 factorial upon 5 factorial. Whether you go this way or if you just apply logic here, 10 9 8 7 6 with no repetitions. Okay, so here it will be 10 9 8 7 6. So this will be how much? See, we just calculated 9 into 8 into 7 as 504. So 9 into 8 into 7 is 504. 8 7s are 56. 56 into 9 is 504. 504 into 6. 504 into 6. 4 6 are 24. 0 6 are 0 2. 5 6 are 30. So this will be 30240. 30240. Okay, 30240. Now at least one repeated. So now we have 10 different letters. So what will this be? Now we have to, so this is with all repetitions and this is with no repetition. So with at least one repetition, this will be how much? 10 to the power of 5 minus 30240. That will be 1 2 3 4 5 minus 30240, and that's going to give you how much? This will be 0 plus 6. This will be 69760. So this would be the answer. Okay, I hope this makes things clear. Okay, so we have this problem from IIT basically. 18 guests are to be seated. 18 guests are to be seated, half on each side of a long table. Okay, for 4 particular guests desire to sit. So basically, let's say this is a long table, and half, let's say we mark this portion as A and 1. So 9 seats are here and 9 seats are here. 18 guests are to be seated, half on each side of a long table. So 9 people can sit here and 9 people can sit here. 4 particular guests desire to sit on one particular side. So let's say 4 people have decided to sit on one particular side and 3 on the other. 3 on the other. So determine the number of ways in which the seating arrangements can be made. So here we have 9 seats, out of which 4 people have to be arranged. So this arrangement can be made in 9p4 ways. Here we have 9 seats, out of which 3 people have to be arranged. So this can be done in 9p3 ways. Are we getting this, people? So 9p4, 4 people have to be arranged along these 9 seats. That can be done in this way. And see, it is written here 3 on the other side. So 3 on the other side can be done in. Okay. Now what remains is 4 and 3 is 7. So out of 18 seats, 7 have been occupied. So 11. Now these remaining 11 people can sit in any of these 11 seats, and that can happen in 11p11 ways, 11p11 ways, or we can say 11 factorial ways. 11 factorial ways. This is basically an analytical and descriptive type question. It's a old IIT question, so you don't have an option here. Okay, so now the total number of arrangements, possible here will be equal to factorial 11 into 9p4 into 9p3. So this will be the total number of arrangements. Factorial 11 for the remaining 11 people, 9p4 for one side and 9p3 for the other side. So this is the total number of arrangements which will be possible.